Good morning, and thank you, Gordon. And apologies up front. I have a really bad voice, so I thought I'd actually have to stand up here with hand signals, but thankfully presentation decks are really good for this. So, look, I'm delighted to be here, and I'm here because I sit on the steering group of Technology Ireland ICT Skillnet, and in particular I chair the advisory board for the CSI initiative, which is really what I'm going to talk to you about this morning. And in addition, I sit on the board of Cyber Ireland. So, without further ado, let me... Oh dear, what did I just do? Sorry. Stay away from that zapper, I think. Oh, sorry. You can see where a 31-year career at IBM gets you, right?
That's right.
Oh, these two?
Yeah.
Okay, not the bottom ones. Okay, thank you. Perfect. So look, I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. First of all, to explain, well, what is Technology Ireland ICT Skillnet? Who are they? It's a network of over 400 private sector organisations, and they collaborate to determine what skills are needed to progress their industry. And particularly, this is the ICT sector, so this is where the CSI piece comes into play. It was established in 2005 under the aegis of Technology Ireland, which is a member of IBEC, and it's also part funded by Skillnet Ireland. Okay, so to give you that bigger picture, Skillnet Ireland as an organisation has 68 Skillnets, and they are broken down by industry sector and by region, and they have the same model, their industry or their enterprise led, and Technology Ireland ICT Skillnet is just one network within Skillnet, within the Skillnet Ireland brand. So to just give you a sort of a picture of what that looks like. So what we do is we provide high quality and focused education and training. And it's really to keep the organisations, our member organisations, at the forefront of whatever skills it is they need. So we're constantly looking to the future. And one of the things, one of the things that we have done this year is we actually amalgamated with Technology Ireland Innovation Forum. So this is a new chapter for ICT Skillnet, and very much one that will allow us to start to look more at innovation, because obviously innovation is huge within the ICT sector. So bringing that innovation and research to our members. So the challenge that we faced, and this is going back about 3 years, was this cybersecurity skills gap. And, you know, I can stand up here and tell you we still haven't solved that problem, as all of you probably are very aware. But what we were seeing was the digital transformation, the ubiquity of the net, of the web, cloud applications, and organisations finding it really difficult just to find IT people. And that just became more compounded when you were looking for cybersecurity skills. Yet we were trying to do that in the face of organisations really beginning to become very aware that they needed to protect their data. So very much echoing what Brian has said this morning, it is one of the key things every organisation faces, or should be facing, or should be looking at. And skills really forms, and having the right skills actually forms a core component of that. So we're also seeing increasing or decreasing unemployment, the double negative. So as our unemployment levels go down, we're also now focused that we've got actually less people available in the workplace, and also every organisation fighting for cyber skills. It's not just an IT or a technology company's problem, it's everybody's problem, whether you're a small solicitor's office right through to a multinational. The whole cybersecurity business is evolving. Excuse me, I'm really sorry about this. And, you know, what we've seen is a 40% increase in cyber roles over the past 2 to 3 years. So what did we do as a direct response to that, and a direct response to the massive skills issue, and organisations feeling that they weren't really adequately able to protect themselves? We launched in 2018 the CSI Framework, which is a comprehensive plan to train individuals in cybersecurity skills. And it was really to help organisations to address those skills shortages. So the first thing we did was we put an advisory board in place. I'm not going to name all of them, but I will call out the fact that Brian is an active member of the advisory board. And this is a group of enterprises, government organisations and academia, which helped us to shape the needs of the industry using all of the, constituent parts of government, academia and enterprise. So we came up with 5 core strategies, and this is what we see as our road to excellence. So on the bottom left-hand corner, you've got the cyber skills pathway, and this is about building skills, building knowledge, bringing lots of different types of programs to play, not just a one-size-fits-all. The second was organic growth, and this is something that we discovered by talking to a lot of our clients, was that how do we take people who exist in the organisation today and upskill them or reskill them or retrain them? A lot of people make decisions around careers at the point where they leave school, but you may have people in your organisation who are not in an IT role, yet actually have competencies that would make them really good cyber experts. So we actually started to look at how do you take those people, how do you identify them using cyber aptitude tests so that you actually can grow people that exist in your organisation today. Going back to what Brian said earlier again, this is a business issue, not just an IT issue. It's not okay to say, oh, I've got a business partner, they look after my IT, or that's, we have an IT department and they look after our security. It's everybody's responsibility, but particularly within a business, that needs to come from the top down, and I think CEOs and the senior leadership team need to be asking the questions. So part of our goal was to raise the awareness in that area. We were also focused on new entrants, so trying to encourage people to go into cybersecurity when they come out of college or before they even go into college, and particularly to look at females coming into the cybersecurity space. And then the final strategy was continuous development. This is really important. We're hearing this in every sector now that, lifelong learning is something that's really important regardless of what role you're in, what industry you're in. I think there's no more important area than in the cybersecurity space, because your knowledge, your skill, it has a really short shelf life. So I think it's really important that people continue to grow their professional development. That is the fifth of the key strategies. So then there were 5 aims that were going to bring this strategy to life. The first is raising awareness. So alluding back again to what Brian said, I'm really lucky I'm following Brian this morning, because he had a lot of his comments, a lot of his key ideas actually flow nicely into this, is really to raise that awareness across the board so that organisations know that they have a potential issue and they have something that they need to work on. Preparing organisations to be ready for cyber attacks. Resilience, to grow those skills so that organisations become resilient and are able to defend themselves. Standards, to look at standards for cybersecurity roles and for cybersecurity training. And then the final piece is automation, where possible to use automation and to use AI to actually help to grow and develop skills in the cyberspace. So I'm delighted to say that for 2019, the Cybersecurity Skills Initiative, that framework has had over 1,000 individuals participate in the programs that we've developed, and over 400 companies have engaged in the framework as well. So in just a 12-month period, it's a really great set of statistics for us. And that has included a number of things. So the framework itself is a whole series of different programs. So it is literally everything from basic awareness training right through to a master's in cybersecurity, which is actually run by Technological University Dublin at the Blanchardstown campus. So of those 1,000 individuals and 400 companies that participated this year, They engaged in everything from CSI awareness training, which we held nationally. And I can tell you, when I saw the list of the places that this was rolling out over the year, I'm from New Austin, County Wexford, and I saw that on it, and I actually went, gosh, this is a national programme. If that small little town in the southeast of Ireland is actually on the programme for awareness training and cybersecurity. We ran a number of CSI webinars. The Commercial Cyber Aptitude Test, or CCAT, is a set of aptitude tests that is produced for commercial organisations as opposed to defence. There is a defence one. And that's the technology that we use to assess people's capability in cyber, in aspects of cybersecurity. We also ran a number of information security passes, risk assessment CRAs, and capture the flags. We had a number of those that we ran for organisations and some open ones around the country as well. And there is one running here today as well. And then there's the MSc in cybersecurity, which has been running at Technological University Blanchardstown for the last number of years. So there's plenty of details on all of the programs that make up the Cybersecurity Skills Initiative on Technology Ireland ICT Skillnet's website, and my colleagues from there are actually here today, so I certainly would encourage you to go along to meet them. Not a sales pitch, but I think that if you're wondering about awareness training, if you're wondering about any form of growing skills assessment, training, please do stop by and have a chat with them, and I'll take any questions if there are any. Gosh, yeah, I finished ahead of time. I flew through that. Any questions from anybody? Very quiet? Okay. Super. It's early in the morning. Thanks a million. Thank you.